Hello students, how are you? Today we'll talk about the negative deviation. We were just talking about in my previous video the ideal and the non-ideal solutions. Okay, in the non-ideal solutions we talked about the positive deviation, and today we'll talk about the negative deviation. Okay, what is this negative deviation? If you remember, I told you in my previous video. In the negative deviation, what happens? The partial vapor pressure of both the components of the solution, component A and component B, would be lower than what is expected from the Raoult's law, and the total vapor pressure of the solution would also be lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. Okay, and in positive deviation we talked about that the partial vapor pressure of both the components would be higher than what is expected from the Raoult's law, and the total vapor pressure of the solution would be higher than expected from the Raoult's law. But in negative deviation, the partial vapor pressure of each component A and component B, would be lower than what is expected from the Raoult's law, and the total vapor pressure of the solution would also be lower than what is expected from the Raoult's law. Now the question comes, what is the reason behind the lower partial vapor pressure of each component and the total vapor pressure of the solution? The reason is the interaction. Okay, in this negative deviation, the interaction between component A and component B would be higher than the interaction means intermolecular force, the intermolecular force between component A and between component B and B. It would be higher than either of components. Okay, why it is? Listen. So the interaction between component A and B of the solution, suppose the solution है और इसके दो component है, component A and component B, so intermolecular force is very high as compared to the either component AA and component BB. Do you remember I told you in the previous class? In that case, in the positive deviation, the interaction was very low, but in negative deviation the interaction is very high. Now what happens when the interaction is very high? Suppose it is a solution having component A and component B. There is the intermolecular force in between them. Okay, it's a kind of intermolecular force in between them. If it is higher, as I am saying, if it is higher, it means the breaking of that particular bond is very difficult, because the intermolecular force between both the components is very high. Okay, so it would be very difficult to break this bond. So if it is very difficult to break this bond, okay, so what will happen? If it is very difficult to break this bond, both the components will not come in the form of the vapor. Okay, because they are very closely packed. If they are very closely packed, इनके बीच का interaction is very high, so it is very difficult to break them. If it is very difficult to break them, it means they'll not come out in the form of the vapor, because इनका interaction बहुत ज़्यादा है. ब्रेक हम इनको कर नहीं सकते. जब ब्रेक नहीं होंगे तो ये वेपर की फॉर्म में ऊपर कैसे आएंगे? So what will happen? Listen. The interaction is very high. Obviously, the escaping tendency of particles of both the component A and component B will reduce. यहाँ से bond is very strong. It is very difficult to break this bond. If the bond cannot be broken down, so it means they'll not form the vapor, क्योंकि ये ऊपर नहीं जा सकते टूट के. So obviously इनकी जो escaping कैन टेंडेंसी होगी पार्टिकल ए एंड बी की, वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगी ड्यू टू वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड. ओके, नाउ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड. ओके, it is very difficult to break them. It means the vapor will not be formed as expected by the Raoult's law. Okay, so obviously less vapor would be formed, क्योंकि इनको ब्रेक करना इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट, ब्रेक नहीं होंगे, पार्टिकल ब्रेक नहीं होंगे, सो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कम अप इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द वेपर. इट मीन्स लेस वेपर वुड बी formed. When the less vapor would be formed, the vapor pressure is the vapor is less, obviously the vapor pressure would be lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. Okay, so the vapor pressure would be lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. So now if we see this graph, as you know, this graph is showing the partial vapor pressure of component B. Okay, and this graph is showing the partial vapor pressure of component A, and this particular graph is showing the partial vapor pressure of whole solution. I am just talking about if this is an ideal solution. If it is an ideal solution, ये dotted line, it representing the partial vapor pressure of component A, and this dotted line is representing the partial vapor pressure of component B, and this dotted straight, these dotted lines are straight lines. This dotted line is representing the whole vapor pressure of the solution. So now because the partial vapor pressure of both the component is going to reduce, अभी बताया ना मैंने, the vapor pressure would be lower than expected. Why it is lesser? Because the intermolecular force in between them is very high. It is very difficult to break this bond, so they'll form very less vapor. When they'll form very less vapor, the vapor pressure would be reduced. So that's why the partial vapor pressure of the each component would be lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. What was expected from the Raoult's law? This straight line, these straight lines are representing what is expected from Raoult's law. So ये जो एक मैंने नीचे कर्व बनाया ना, जो नीचे कम बनाया है, ठीक है, ये एक इस लाइन से नीचे जा रहा है, देखो, this curve is lower than these straight lines. Okay, so this curve which is lower than a straight line, it is representing what? The lowering in vapor pressure. So this is the partial vapor pressure of component A. ये जो कर्व दिखा रहा है, it is showing the negative deviation. Negative deviation means lower partial vapor pressure what is expected from Raoult's law. And this lower curved is representing what? The lowering in the partial vapor pressure of component B. And this lower curve is representing what? The total vapor pressure of the solution lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. Okay, in positive में क्या था? हमारे कर्व ऊपर थे, इस डॉटेड लाइन से ऊपर थे, और नेगेटिव में क्या है? डॉटेड लाइन से नीचे है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे वेपर प्रेशर रिड्यूस हो गया. ओके, नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स ऑफ negative deviation. But just before moving into that characteristic features, we'll talk about the examples. Okay, so there are so many examples. One is acetone and chloroform, chloroform and diethyl ether, chloroform and nitric acid, water and nitric acid, acetone and anilines, etc. There are so many examples, but I'll show you one example. Okay, how I'll correlate the negative deviation with the help of the example. Okay, we are taking the example of the first example of acetone and chloroform. We are discussing this example here. Okay, now listen. If this is acetone component A, this is acetone component, when it is not in the form of the solution, ये इस तरीके से connected है. This chloroform is this, when they are not in the form of the solution, ये इस तरीके से connected है. So ये जब सिर्फ और सिर्फ acetone है और ये जब सिर्फ और सिर्फ chloroform है, when it is not in the form of solution, when it is not in the form of solutions, the intermolecular force, इनके बीच का जो intermolecular force है कुछ, और इनके बीच का भी intermolecular force है, but this intermolecular force between acetone is not very high, and the intermolecular force between chloroform is also not very high. But if we form a solution, ये container है, हमने acetone plus chloroform we are mixing here, okay, and we are making a solution of it. When they mix them together, what? One is acetone and chloroform. जब इन दोनों को हम mix करते हैं तो क्या होता है? After forming solution, what happens? In between acetone and chloroform, a kind of hydrogen bonding is formed. It is a kind of intermolecular force. Okay. So जब ये अलग अलग थे तो इनके बीच का जो इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स था वो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग नहीं थी. एंड आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस क्लास, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग इज़ अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग काइंड ऑफ इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स. जब क्लोरोफॉर्म सोल्यूशन की फॉर्म में नहीं था, सो इनके बीच का जो इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स था इट वॉज नॉट हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. एंड अभी बताया मैंने, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स. बट वेन एवर दे आर मिक्स टुगेदर to form a solution, in between them a hydrogen bonding is created. Okay, this hydrogen bonding is created and this is a very very strong intermolecular force, जिसकी वजह से मैंने तुम लोगों को बताया था कि कंपोनेंट A एंड कंपोनेंट B के बीच का जो ये इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स है वो काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गया. Why it is very strong? Due to the presence of this hydrogen bonding. So initially दोनों में जो यहाँ पर एसीटोन थे, इनके बीच में कोई भी हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स नहीं था. क्लोरोफॉर्म के बीच में भी कोई भी इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग के इक्वल नहीं था. बट व्हेन दे आर मिक्स टुगेदर द इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स बिकम्स अ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग विच इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट, एंड दैट्स वाई इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ब्रेक दिस हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, दिस इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स. इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ब्रेक दिस इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स. It is a kind of stronger interaction. Okay, if it is very difficult to break this bond, obviously they'll not come in the form of vapor, क्योंकि bond बहुत difficult है, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग है इनके बीच में. okay, और जिसे ब्रेक करना it is very difficult, ये कम वेपर बनाएंगे. okay, in the same manner acetone and chloroform solution will not form more vapor formed would be reduced. okay, because intermolecular force is very strong hydrogen bonding. If it is vapor formed is reduced, obviously the total vapor pressure of the solution would be lower than what is expected from Raoult's law. So it is a very good example of negative deviation. Now we'll talk about some characteristic features of it. Characteristic features. Now listen, characteristic features. Listen, this is component A and there is an intermolecular force in between them. This is another component B. This is another component B. There is an intermolecular force between them, BB. But when they are mixed together, they come very close to each other and form a very strong bond in between them. And this strong bond is what? As we have already seen, the case of chloroform and acetone, it was hydrogen bonding. Okay, so bond is very strong in between them. Whenever they are mixed together, the intermolecular force is very strong. Okay, जिसकी वजह से इनको ब्रेक करना काफ़ी डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता है. द थिंग इज़, जब दो कंपोनेंट कोई भी हमारे मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं, सपोज ए एंड बी, जब ये दोनों बनते हैं, इन्होंने बनाया ए बी, जैसे कि हमारे सोल्यूशन की फॉर्म में होगा कंपोनेंट ए एंड कंपोनेंट बी, दे विल कम टुगेदर टू फॉर्म अ सोल्यूशन. तो जैसे यहाँ पर ये हो रहा है ना, इस तरीके से बॉन्ड बन रहा है. सो व्हेन एवर द बॉन्ड बिकम्स वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, जैसे इन दोनों के बीच में इफ़ द बॉन्ड इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, जैसे यहाँ है, सो एनर्जी इज़ रिलीज्ड. Whenever the bond between two molecules is very strong, are you getting me? Whenever the bond formed between two components is very strong, the energy is released. Okay, whenever, and you just remember one thing, whenever the energy is released, or in the other way we can say, whenever the reaction or the process is exothermic, the bond would be formed, the formed bond would be very strong. You will have to remember this. I have told you so many times, the bond would be very strong. In the exothermic process, the bond would be very strong. Energy would always released. So obviously, in negative deviation, as I told you, the bond is very strong. in the intermolecular force in between them is very strong, obviously the energy would have been released. So that's why this process becomes what? A exothermic process, and delta H on mixing will be lower than 0. It would be negative. So it is what? A kind of exothermic process. I mean the mixing enthalpy of both the components when they form the solution would be what? A kind of exothermic process. Okay, delta H is negative. Now, do you remember I told you for the exothermic dissolution, exothermic process, the solubility what? Solubility decreases whenever the temperature is increased. Le Chatelier principle I told you in my previous videos. Whenever the dissolution process, what is this? Component A and component B both are mixed together to form the solution. It is a kind of dissolution process. So during the dissolution process, okay, whenever this dissolution process is an exothermic process, okay, so this dissolution will proceed further, or the solubility of this process would increase if the temperature is reduced, or the solubility would reduce if the temperature is increased. Okay, I told you in my previous video. Now, volume change is negative. Volume change is what? Delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. We know delta V change in volume is V2 minus V1. V1 is initial volume, V2 is the final volume. This is initial. Now what is happening? As I told you, the component A and component B, initially they are, I mean the intermolecular force between component A is very less, and the component B is very less, but whenever they are mixed together in the form of the solution, the interaction between them becomes very, very strong. So what is happening when they are mixed together, because the intermolecular force is very strong, these components come very close to each other. Okay, they component A and B, they come very close to each other because the intermolecular force is very strong. When they come to very close to each other, okay, so there would be more strong interaction. Whenever there would be more strong interaction, they are tightly packed, as I am telling you, very strongly packed, tightly packed. When they are tightly packed, the volume would reduce or increase. Obviously the volume would reduce. Are you getting me? So final volume V2 would reduced. Okay, so this value would get reduced. If it is reduced, the total delta V would become, ये ज़्यादा है यहाँ पे, ये V2 जो था वो V1 से कम हो गया. क्यों हुआ V2 V1 से कम? क्योंकि जब इन दोनों को हम सोल्यूशन की फॉर्म में लाते हैं, इनके बीच का इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, एंड वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग मीन्स दे आर वेरी टाइटली पैक्ड, जिसकी वजह से इनका वॉल्यूम रिड्यूस्ड हो गया. जैसे कि ये था, एक कंटेनर है, यहाँ पे हमने कंपोनेंट ए डाला, फिर कंपोनेंट बी डाला, सोल्यूशन बनाया, इनके बीच का बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग मॉलिक्यूलर इंटरेक्शन है, धीरे धीरे इनका वॉल्यूम रिड्यूस होता गया. समझ रहा है? ये कंपोनेंट था, ये सोल्यूशन बनाया इनिशियली, धीरे धीरे इनका वॉल्यूम रिड्यूस होता गया. क्यों रिड्यूस हो रहा है? और सोल्यूशन बस अब इस कंटेनर में रह गया इतना. क्यों रिड्यूस हुआ? क्योंकि इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स बहुत ज़्यादा है, दे आर टाइटली पैक्ड. ड्यू टू दे आर टाइटली पैक्ड, द वॉल्यूम वुड बी रिड्यूस्ड, एंड V1 जो इनिशियल वॉल्यूम था इनका, V1 जो इनिशियल वॉल्यूम था वो ज़्यादा था, और जैसे इनको हमने सोल्यूशन की फॉर्म में बनाया, वॉल्यूम विल बिकम वेरी लेस, एंड ड्यू टू दिस लेस वॉल्यूम द टोटल डेल्टा V जो इन दोनों को मिक्स करने के बाद मिला है, इट वुड बिकम व्हाट? नेगेटिव. सो two more characteristic features of these kinds of negative deviation. Number one is delta H is negative and delta V volume mixing is negative. I have already given you the reasons. Now this time we'll talk about azeotrophs. These are another kind of we can say another kind of solutions. Okay, azeotrophs, they are also known as constant boiling mixtures. They are also known as constant boiling mixtures, azeotrophs. Now in this topic we'll study how the azeotrophs are different from the normal solution. Okay, first of all we'll talk about the characteristic feature of azeotrophs. Number one, azeotrophs, these are a kind of solution. I told you azeotrophs are binary solution, number one. But the main characteristic feature of azeotrophs is the composition. They have the same composition in either in liquid phase or in the vapor phase. Number one, it is a binary solution. The composition of azeotrophic mixture is same either in liquid or in vapor, both the phases. Number two, the most important, another important point, they boil at a constant temperature. They boil at a constant temperature. And number three, most important characteristic feature of azeotrophs is they cannot be separated even at the frictional distillation. Whenever we perform the frictional distillation, they will not get separated out. Okay, ये इनके characteristic features हैं. What is the meaning of all these things? Listen. Suppose it is a kind of normal solution, okay, and this normal solution is having component A and component B, okay, and in the normal solution this is a liquid phase, na, liquid hai. In the normal compositions, in the normal solution, suppose the composition of component A is 60% and the component B is 40%. I mean इस solution में जो हमने इस solution बनाया है component A और B का, इसमें 60% A है और 40% B है. I am just talking about the normal solution. Okay. One thing is this. लेकिन इसमें normal solution में क्या होता है, अगर हम इसको heat करें, when the normal solution is heated up, the component A of the solution will boil at a different temperature and the component B will boil at a different temperature. This is the condition of normal solution I am telling you. क्या बताया मैंने? There is a normal solution and the solution is having 60% component A and 40% component B. And one more thing, whenever the normal solution is heated up, both the component boils at a different temperature. Okay, suppose component A boils at 100 degrees Celsius and component B boils at 130 degrees Celsius. Okay, ये दोनों कंपोनेंट अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पे बॉयल करते हैं नॉर्मल सोल्यूशन में. अब मैंने इस सोल्यूशन का टेम्परेचर 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस करा. ओके, द सोल्यूशन इज हीटेड अप एंड द टेम्परेचर इज 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, ओनली ए विल बॉयल as the temperature of boiling temperature of A is 100 degrees Celsius and we have made this temperature of the solution 100 degrees Celsius. So only component A will boil. If component A, because component B का जो temperature boiling temperature है वो 130 है, 130 तो हमने करा नहीं, हमने 100 किया है. So only component A will boil. जब component A boil करेगा तो जो vapor बनेंगे वो किसके बनेंगे, सिर्फ और सिर्फ component A के. Are you getting me? हमने 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर के सोल्यूशन का, सोल्यूशन बॉयल करता है, लेकिन ये नॉर्मल सोल्यूशन है. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नॉर्मल सोल्यूशन. इट इज़ अ नॉर्मल सोल्यूशन, इट इज़ नॉट एजियोट्रॉफ्स. हमने इस सोल्यूशन को बॉयल किया 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर, तो क्योंकि सिर्फ 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे ए ही बॉयल करता है तो ए विल फॉर्म द वेपर. ओके, तो जैसे ये वेपर बनेगा, अब जो ये वेपर बन रहा है सोल्यूशन को बॉयल करने के बाद एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस, इसमें जो कंपोनेंट ए है वो तो 100% होगा और कंपोनेंट बी वो 0% होगा. वाई कंपोनेंट बी इज़ 0%? बिकॉज ओनली कंपोनेंट ए इज बॉइल्ड. आई मीन द ओनली कंपोनेंट ए इज बॉइलिंग. ओके, कंपोनेंट बी इज नॉट बॉइलिंग. Why it is not boiling? Because component B is having a different temperature of boiling and component A is having a different temperature of boiling. And अभी हमने जो temperature कर रखा है वो 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस का रखा है. कंपोनेंट A बॉयल करता है, कंपोनेंट A बॉयल करेगा तो वेपर में सिर्फ और सिर्फ कंपोनेंट A ही आएगा. B बॉयल नहीं कर रहा है क्योंकि टेम्परेचर इज़ लोअर देन 130. So B is 0. If we compare the composition of both vapor and the liquid solution is different. As I told you initially, in this solution the composition of component A is 60% and the component B in this solution is 40%. But when they form the vapor, the A component is 100% in the vapor and B is 0%. So the composition of both the components in the normal solution is different. Are you getting me? Component A यहाँ पे 100%, यहाँ पे 60%, component B is 40% और यहाँ पर 0% है. So normal solution की दो condition I told you. Number 1, in the normal solution both the components, component A and component B, boil at a different temperature. Number 2, the composition of liquid phase and the vapor phase is totally different. But what happens in azeotropic mixtures? Suppose this is having component A and component B. Obviously it is a solution, so it would also having component A and component B. मैं थोड़ा बड़ा करता हूँ. So it is also having component A and component B. Okay. So when component A and component B are not in the solution form, so component A actually it boils. जब ये solution की form में नहीं है, component A boils at 90 degrees Celsius and component B boils at 98 degrees Celsius. Suppose किया हमने. Okay. So दोनों का जो boiling temperature है, it is totally different. Okay. But whenever they are mixed together in the form of solution, suppose they are forming a azeotropic mixtures. So this azeotropic mixtures, इसके दोनों component A and component B, they will boil at a constant temperature. यहाँ देखो normal solution में क्या था, component A was boiling at a different temperature, component B was boiling at a different temperature. But in this case, in the azeotropic mixtures, component A, although they were having a different boiling temperature when they were not in the solution form, जैसे मैंने ये बताया, when they are not in the solution form, they are boiling at a different temperature. But whenever they are mixed together and they form azeotropic mixtures, they'll boil at a constant temperature. Okay, समझ आया? तो they'll boil at a constant temperature. So this is the difference between azeotropic mixture and the normal mixture. I mean, azeotropic mixture or azeotropic solutions, they boil at a constant temperature, but the normal solution boils at different temperature. Component A boils at a different temperature, component B boils at a different temperature. But whenever it is an azeotropic mixture, component A and component B both will boil at a constant temperature. Are you getting me? Now they'll boil at a constant temperature. Now if they are boiling at a constant temperature, okay, so both the components will boil simultaneously. One more thing, यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा था, 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर रखा, ओनली कंपोनेंट ए वॉज बॉइलिंग, कंपोनेंट बी के वेपर नहीं बने थे क्योंकि 130 चाहिए था, तो कंपोनेंट ए ही बॉयल कर रहा था. लेकिन यहाँ पर बोथ द कंपोनेंट्स आर बॉइलिंग एट द सेम टेम्परेचर. इट मीन्स वेन एवर दे आर हीटेड अप, when the azeotropic mixture is heated up, okay, when it is heated up, both the components are boiling at a constant temperature. It means both the components would boil simultaneously. Okay, एक टाइम पर दोनों बॉयल करेंगे. जब दोनों एक टाइम पे बॉयल करेंगे, सपोज इनका जो इनिशियल कंपोजिशन था, जैसे मैं ये ले लेता हूँ एक एग्जांपल, जैसे अल्कोहल है, हमने ये एग्जांपल ले लिया, मैंने एक एग्जांपल है. सपोज हम मान लेते हैं कंपोनेंट ए इज़ अल्कोहल एंड कंपोनेंट बी इज़ वाटर. सो इन दिस सोल्यूशन दे आर हैविंग अ कंपोजिशन. कंपोनेंट ए मीन्स अल्कोहल इज़ 95.6% and component B means water is 4.4% in the liquid form. Okay, but whenever they are mixed together, whenever they boil, okay, क्योंकि azeotropic mixture बना रहे हैं, जब इनको boil करेंगे तो इनका जो vapor होगा उसका भी जो composition होगा ना, it would be exactly same with the composition of both the component found in the liquid phase. I mean जो liquid phase में इनका component है, जैसे component A में alcohol 95.6% है और वाटर इसमें 4.4% है लिक्विड में, जब ये बॉयल करेंगे और वेपर बनाएंगे तब भी इनका कंपोजिशन बिल्कुल सेम रहेगा अल्कोहल अब भी 95.6% होगा, वाटर अब भी 4.4% होगा। अल्कोहल 95.6%, वाटर 4.4। आया समझ में? लेकिन यहाँ देखो क्या हुआ था, यहाँ इनिशियली नॉर्मल में कंपोनेंट ए वॉज 60%, कंपोनेंट बी वॉज 40%, और जब वेपर बनाया तो कंपोनेंट ए इज़ 100%, कंपोनेंट बी इज़ 0%। लेकिन एजियोटॉपिक मिक्सचर में क्या होता है, जो लिक्विड की फॉर्म में जो इनका कंपोजिशन होता है वो सेम ही रहता है इनकी वेपर फेस में। जैसे कि अल्कोहल लिक्विड फेस में था 95.6% एंड वाटर था 4.4%, सो इट वुड बी सेम इन द वेपर फेस। सो दो कंडीशन आई टोल्ड यू। नंबर 1, the azeotropic mixtures boil at a constant temperature. Okay. Number 2, both the components, component A and component B of the azeotrophs, it will boil at a same constant temperature but boils simultaneously, and the composition of liquid phase and the vapor phase is exactly same. So this was the difference between azeotropic mixtures and normal. Now listen. There are two types of azeotropic mixtures. Number one is minimum boiling mixtures. Number 2 is maximum boiling mixtures. What is the meaning of this? Suppose, जैसे मैंने azeotropic mixture बताया, suppose it is consisting of two components, component A and component B. अगर component A is boiling at 90 degrees Celsius, component B is boiling at 98 degrees Celsius. If this mixtures boil at a temperature lower than either temperature, कंपोनेंट ए 90, कंपोनेंट बी 98, अगर ये इनका जो सोल्यूशन है, क्योंकि एक कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर पे बॉयल करेगा, इफ़ इट इज़ बॉइलिंग एट लोअर देन आइदर ऑफ द टेम्परेचर, तो एक का 98 है, एक का 90, सपोज इफ इट इज़ बॉइलिंग एट 88 डिग्री सेल्सियस, लोअर देन आइदर ऑफ कंपोनेंट्स, these kind of azeotropic mixtures are known as minimum boiling mixtures. They boils at a temperature lower than boiling point of either components. Okay, दोनों ही components के boiling point से कम, मतलब कि एक 90 पर, एक 98 पर, if it is boiling at 88 degree Celsius, it would be considered as minimum boiling mixtures. What is maximum boiling? When the azeotropic mixtures boil at a temperature higher than the boiling point of both the components. मतलब एक हमारा 98 पे बॉयल कर रहा है, एक 90 पर, इन दोनों से ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर पे अगर ये बॉयल करता है, सपोज ये 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे बॉयल कर रहा है, इट मीन्स 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस दोनों ही कंपोनेंट के बॉइलिंग पॉइंट से ज़्यादा है, इट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड एज मैक्सिमम बॉइलिंग मिक्सचर्स. इफ़ इट इज़ बॉइलिंग दोनों ही के बॉइलिंग पॉइंट के टेम्परेचर से अगर ये लोअर टेम्परेचर पे बॉयल कर रहा है, जैसे कि 88 डिग्री सेल्सियस दोनों से कम है, इट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड एज मिनिमम बॉइलिंग मिक्सचर्स. नाउ लिसन. मिनिमम बॉइलिंग मिक्सचर्स. ये डेफिनेशन मैंने बता दी. दे बॉइल्स एट अ टेम्परेचर लोअर देन बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ आइदर कंपोनेंट्स. कंपोनेंट ए अगर 90 डिग्री सेल्सियस से बॉयल कर रहा है, कंपोनेंट बी 98 डिग्री सेल्सियस से बॉयल करता है, देन द एजियोटॉपिक मिक्सचर ऑफ दैम इट विल बी बॉइलिंग एट 85%, दोनों से कम होना चाहिए. दिस इज़ द केस ऑफ मिनिमम बॉइलिंग मिक्सचर्स. लिसन, 85 डिग्री सेल्सियस, अब मैं इसको बी के टेम्परेचर तक ले आता हूँ. सपोज बॉयल करा 85 डिग्री सेल्सियस, इट स्टार्ट्स बॉइलिंग, बॉयल करते जा रहा हूँ और इसको मैं 98 डिग्री सेल्सियस तक ले आ गया. कहाँ पर पहुँच गया? कंपोनेंट बी के बॉइलिंग पॉइंट तक अगर मैं पहुँच जाता हूँ, सो 85% पर ही इट इज़ फॉर्मिंग वेपर, बॉयल कर रहा है, इट इज़ फॉर्मिंग वेपर. इफ़ आई एम बॉइलिंग इट मोर देन 85, I am just increasing the temperature till 98 degrees Celsius. So it will form more and vapor, more vapor. More vapor means, it means the vapor pressure would be very high. Okay, बहुत ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर पे से अगर मैंने, ये भी दोनों से नीचे टेम्परेचर पे बॉयल कर रहा है, अगर मैं बहुत हाई टेम्परेचर पे इसको ले जाऊँ, सपोज इन दोनों से ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर पे ले गया मैं इनको, या हायर टेम्परेचर रेंज पर ले गया, so they'll form a very large amount of the vapor. Too much vapor they'll form. When they'll form too much vapor, vapor is more, so what will happen now? There would be the high vapor pressure. वेपर ज़्यादा बनेगा, वेपर प्रेशर भी बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. कितना ज़्यादा वेपर हो जाएगा? It would be higher than expected from Raoult's law. Are you getting me? It means this is the condition of positive deviation. So, in short, we can say the minimum, we can say the minimum boiling mixtures, actually though they are showing what? Positive deviation. Okay, ऐसे ही अगर maximum boiling है, maximum boiling means suppose component A is boiling at 90 degrees Celsius, component B is boiling at 98 degrees Celsius. So obviously if it is a azeotropic mixture, it will boil at a temperature which is higher than the boiling point of either component. Suppose it is boiling at 105 degrees Celsius. So इसको अगर हमने 98 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे बॉयल किया, ये किस पे बॉयल करता है? 105 पर. 98 पे बॉयल किया, वेपर कम बनेंगे क्योंकि ये तो 105 पे बॉयल कर रहा है. 90 पे बॉयल किया, बहुत वेपर कम बनेंगे. 105 पे लाने के बाद इसके वेपर बनते हैं. सो बहुत ज़्यादा हमें टेम्परेचर इसमें इंक्रीज़ करना पड़ेगा ताकि इसके वेपर ज़्यादा बन सकें. आर यू गेटिंग मी? मिनिमम बॉइलिंग में क्या था? लिटिल टेम्परेचर इज इंक्रीज्ड, मोर वेपर आर फॉर्म्ड, मोर वेपर प्रेशर. ओके, इतना वेपर प्रेशर ज़्यादा होता है विच इज़ नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम राउल्ट्स लॉ, इसलिए पॉजिटिव डेविएशन शो कर रहे हैं. बट मैक्सिमम बॉइलिंग टेम्परेचर मीन्स मैक्सिमम बॉइलिंग we'll have to boil at a very high temperature so that they can boil. Obviously अगर बहुत हाई टेम्परेचर से बॉयल करेंगे तो ये ऑब्वियसली नॉर्मली ये जो वेपर होंगे बहुत ही कम बनाएंगे. ओके, जब इनके वेपर बहुत कम बनेंगे सो ऑब्वियसली the vapor pressure of this kind of solution would be lower than which is expected from Raoult's law. In this way they'll show the negative deviation. Are you getting me? So in this way we can say in short the maximum boiling mixtures, they show the negative deviation, and minimum boiling mixtures, minimum boiling azeotropic mixtures, they'll show the positive deviation from positive deviation. And example of both is, note down the example of both. Minimum boiling mixture is 95.6% alcohol and 4.4% water. Whenever they are mixed together, so they'll form a minimum boiling mixtures. But whenever 68% of nitric acid and 32% of water are mixed together, they'll form a kind of maximum boiling mixtures. So class, it was all about for the today's class. In the next class we'll talk about the colligative properties, and we'll start from the relative lowering in vapor pressure and then elevation in boiling point. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.